Death be not proud.
Alright, you ignorant pigs, put down your crack pipes and your beer bongs. It's time for the Holy Diver Show. On today's show, we have some updates. We have 3D printing request from the King of Salt, one of my patrons, and then I have another patron who wants me to talk about doing 2 projects. Is it worth it? So, this show is brought to you by the patrons. Again, if you want to be a patron, the link is in the description below. And for a low monthly fee, you can beckon me to do a subject for you. And this does get written. I do put some time into it. And then I make it into a show segment. And that's what you pay me for. My opinion. Yes, I'm going to charge you, kids. But we also have a Pike and Shotte battle report. So first we go with the updates. Some of you may have noticed there is a horror movie review on the channel. There is a reason for that. I don't think I'm going to continue with the second channel. I think I might end it and download the best of what I had from that channel and add it to this channel. Now, I do need your support because I have a stupid goal. If any of you have the Shudder Network, you can watch Joe Bob Briggs' last drive-in show. And my goal is to become a horror host with a small following in order to win a Silver Bolo Award courtesy of Joe Bob Briggs and Darcy the Mail Girl. It's completely stupid, but I think I can do it. Can't you help me just once? Can't you ignorant pigs go over to the movie review, put a like on it, comment with an emoji, which I will send an emoji right back to you, and just let it run on your computer so that the YouTube algorithm will be all like, boop, boop, beep, boop, this does not compute, he cannot do both subject matters, gaming and movies, what will we do? Because I can tell you something now that YouTube has already pulled and then put back on like 10 likes from that video. I remember when I got all the way up to 21 likes, and then it went down to 12. It stayed at 12 for a little while, and then it crept back up to 21. And I have that one obligatory dislike. And, the subject matter of this channel has always been, I do not make G-rated content. I do not make G-rated, Disney-friendly content for YouTube and their advertiser. As a matter of fact, I don't care how much money YouTube makes in advertising, all right? I'm just here for you guys, So that's one goal. I want to win the Silver Bolo Award, so I'm hoping you guys can help me out with that. Find it in your heart. If you're sitting there painting, what movie reviews have I put up? So I'd like to kind of have like a release schedule where, yes, I do the Holy Diver Show. That gets released. Then I release a standalone battle report in any one of the games that I might happen to play. After that, I do Holy Divers Night at the Movies, and that's where I sit down on my white trash setup over there, and I have a couple of drinks. I have my popcorn, my Junior Mints. Have you ever tried Junior Mints frozen? I doubt that you have, but they are awesome. Maybe I have a beer, and then I just sort of pool and talk about the parts of the movie that I like best. Last week we did Mother's Day, and I could really use your support on that, and I think it's a really good movie. So I would like to make that a regular part, because again, I've already mentioned this once, that my favorite channel and kind of what got me going in this direction was Movie Mayhem. Some of you remember that guy as the person who was screwed over by Sean Gately, and he had the Chaos Dwarf commission that didn't really get painted and had to be sent over to Frontline Wargaming to get finished, because if you miss a skull on a GW model, you done messed up, you didn't do it right. And I can tell, and I am one of those people that can tell the difference between Primer Black and Chaos Black. Yes, they are 2 different things. So that is somewhat of some harm was done there, but we're not going to talk too much about that. But every now and then, Movie Mayhem would turn his channel into Gaming Mayhem, and he would have these big, huge, full 4,000 point games. We play 4,000 points at my house. Manly games of fantasy, and it was good times. So yeah, I would like to kind of get back to that. And another thing I noticed is that Razorfist gets to do whatever the bleep he wants. Why can't I? Why can't I? So, I'm sure that you'll find something for everybody on this channel as far as like movie reviews goes. I mean, I want your opinion, I want your feedback. I value what you, the viewer, has to say. So engage with me in the comment section, please. Boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 bop. About what you'd like to see. If it, you know, so far I did get some yays, but I'm putting it in the Holy Diver Show. We will put it to a vote. Alright? If I get more nays than yays, then it's not going to appear on the channel. I just wanted to test run it because, you know, it's, like I said, YouTube is really hard, and I do not have the time to give love to two channels, especially being down an editor now, and God rest his soul. So, after that, I would like to go into our, I do have some bench updates. I did play another game of fantasy. There will be a battle report coming out for that. It was Bretonnians versus Vampire Counts. This is me teaching my friend Dylan how to play and collect miniature wargaming. He was also the guy that I picked up one of my first commissions from, where I painted up some hoplites and some light Greek cavalry for him, and you can see some of those pictures on my Instagram. You don't have to go there. As for projects where I'm at, I've almost got this first unit of Scottish cavalry done, and I don't want to take on any more miniatures for a while because I am looking at Macedonians in the face. My to-do list, which I don't know where it went to, I think it's on my counter, has one Scottish cannon, one unit of cavalry, and I've got to finish my second table. It just, the problem with doing a table is once you paint it, you have to let them lie flat for a little while. You have to put weights on them so that they do not warp, and everything just ends up hunky-dory. So now that they've sat for about a week, I should be able to dry brush them and put the grass on, spray paint them with clear coat, and they're going to be done. So, you know, that's just one of the things on my to-do list. I am still going to bring you another segment of using a to-do list pretty soon. So, our first subject. This comes from the good old King of Salt. He's actually had me do 1 or 2 topics on the channel. I do not remember, but he asked me to give an opinion on 3D printed models. So let's go. I will tell you that 3D printing is the wave of the future, and there's no stopping it. The pandemic will only speed this up, especially if they want to pretend that there's more variants coming out. And I think there's a Theta, is it Theta or Theta? There's a Theta variant, there's the Delta variant, there's the Lambda variant, they've even got the Omega variant, whatever other variant they want to end with a Greek letter. And then you have these nice little articles from the Hill. Oh, I think the Lambda variant might be vaccine resistant, everyone. We're going to have to shut it all down again. So 3D printing will become a thing. And there are 3 primary obstacles getting in the way of its primacy. Number 1 is every autistic 20-something Nimrod with a 3D printer. 99% of them suck at working. They all dream of entrepreneurship, all right? But they lack the money, work ethic, and organization, all right? The remaining 1% has the money, the time, the ethic, but no business infrastructure. Zero. Absolutely no business infrastructure. Let's see. They need to be able to serve, when I say business infrastructure, they need to be able to service more than one customer, okay? And then most of these guys, they live in a crap hole flat in Lower Umpton, everyone. I'm a miniature caster, that's what I do for a living. And I work 20 hours a week living in the UK, and I live in Lower Umpton, and I've got a 3D printer, and I make miniatures. That's like every dude in the UK who's into 40K or something like that. They live easy lives over there, you know, and when you live life on easy mode, you can pretend to be whatever you want on your own. I'm a CEO, everyone. Look at my Etsy store. No, none of that stuff's ready. It'll take 3 months. You know, so most of these guys are second and third rate casters, and you know, there's very little of it out there. Now, I can tell you the third obstacle, and we've already gone through the first two. Wow, the third obstacle is GW and Privateer. They are companies with actual intellectual interests, and they are not going to allow another chapter house win. And if you don't know what the chapter house is, I'm just going to sum it up for you. It was the Cromlech people making orc accessories, and then they went on to make their own orc line. So yes, they will never, Wizards, Privateer, GW, they will never allow another chapter house. All right, most of these second-rate backwater eBay sellers, all of their stuff is made to order. All right, I don't know how reliable they are. I've never bought anything 3D printed before. I have a friend with a 3D printer, and I never see him. I never see him. He's working in Texas right now. It's my buddy Buck, and I never see him. I do know that he printed a very good-looking Queen Alien, but other than that, I don't hear from this guy. So Buck, if you're watching, you know, you can comment on the channel once in a while, you a-hole. I need the help. All right, so you also need T&M to open a business. Now, a guy who had a little bit of both time and money was Ronnie Renton, and his dream was very simple. This was his business plan, or at least how do you explain what you're going to do in one sentence. He said his company, Mantic, is going to make miniatures for a small price. He believes in big battles, and what is it? His dream was simple. Big armies, small price, big games. That's just three things. You can wrap your head around three things. I get a little smiley face right next to that. So hats off to Ronnie Renton, because somehow he made it work. And Mantic, you know, did have a 10-year anniversary. And it's a very, very hard niche market to be in. And so this second-rate eBay seller, you know, if he's going to have any real business whatsoever, he needs the following, in my opinion. 5 computers with 5 printers each. That's 25 printers working 12 hours a day. All right? That's the minimum. That's what I think that you need to be successful. That is the capital demand there. 5 computers, 25 printers, endless amounts of filament. Not to mention, you're going to need 2 employees. And one of these employees, he's going to be in charge of quality, and he's going to take a knife and scrape off all the excess, take a nice little plastic tile brush, make sure that the bottles are clean before they're shipped out. Yeah, that's a lot of work. And then just after that, you're going to need a website, an eBay store. I've already got the 2 employees covered. Stock to buy. This shit cannot be made ready order. I want it now. We live in an instant society. If you do not have it now on hand, well, it does me no good. I'm going to move on. And that's unfortunately how most retail, retail is probably the most cutthroat field I can think of. If you do not have stock on hand, if you do not have boxes of this shit ready to ship out, like there's one guy who wants he wants 10 Undead Knights plus an additional 3, not to mention a command box. I guess he's putting together a super unit of Black Knights. All of that stuff needs to be ready to go immediately, out the door. And then you need the shipping know-how. You need to know how not to bleep your customers in the bleep. You know, I'm trying to clean up my language. You don't want to bend your customers over the table and expect them to take deeper ramming on the shipping than what they paid for the miniature itself. You know, and then you need a professional presentation. That means you need a website that leads to a YouTube channel, and you have to have painted examples of everything. See how I have this little diorama here? Let's say I made all these miniatures on this table. Look at the battles you can make with my miniatures. That is me. This is how I'm selling it to you. I am legit. I have 4,000 points of this stuff painted. You have painted examples. This is what a lot of these second-rate sellers lack. They have you need professional pictures, you need terrain, you need an actual space for your business. And this one thing here, just just to put this together, this takes up a lot of space. You can't run a business out of a one-bedroom flat in Lower Umpton that you live in. I'm sorry, you can't. Now, I do know that for a while, Lawrence at Tabletop Tactics, yes, he ran his business out of his one-bedroom or two-bedroom flat in London somewhere, and he succeeded. I'm going to tell you now, I do not give a bleeping bleep about the 0.001% that actually make it, because most of these people, like I said, live life on easy mode and they do not really have to work. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that 60%, maybe more, of all property is inherited in the UK, and that some of these people, aside from property taxes, if they have them, do not have to pay rent for a living, which means their lives are a lot more lackadaisical, and this is why they have YouTube channels, this is why they have miniature businesses, or they got a small inheritance from their great-grandparents or their grandparents, and they could look at a prime example of like how not to run a business is Worthy Games. I will, if you want me to, I will do a subject matter on everywhere where this guy failed. He had Worthy Painting, Worthy Games. I saw the store and I just looked at everything that this guy did. And I'm like, you are bleeping up your inheritance as fast as you can. At light speed, you are spending money you do not have, even though you did get an inheritance. It is going to be gone like that. And you need to have, you have to have some restraint. That's why I don't want any more miniatures until I'm ready, you know, because I've got projects lined up on a to-do list, and I'm going to follow the to-do list because I seem to be getting things done. I'm on my third to-do list. So, you cannot run the business out of a shitty one-bedroom flat in the middle of the UK. I'm sorry. And then you have the senseless gamer bickering about 3D printing. And I would not want to be a store owner that would have to hear that at any given time at an FLGS and have that hit me in the face. Why would I buy that? I'll just print what I need.
Shut your bitch ass up! What the fuck you know about some French Montana, you old son of a bitch?
From some piece of shit 20-year-old broke as a joke loiterer with his half-painted meta flavor of the day 40K army and his little circle of friends that come in and loiter. And like, as a store owner, I think I need these people, but I really don't. When it's like one or two people that keep my lights on every other month, you know, one of my whales comes in, ka-ching, he spent $600. I guess rent will be taken care of by the end of the month, and you know, that $3,000 that I got to pay for retail space will be taken care of, ka-ching. And then this is the funeral dirge of every 20-something autistic gamer. They think they and their 3D printer is going to revolutionize the miniatures industry. Meanwhile, this idiot hasn't worked a real job since the grocery store. He hasn't worked a real job since the Sunglass Hut. And he's going to go out and be an entrepreneur. Yeah, right. Then this retard, he comes up to you and he says, I have no money for filament. There you go. Again, broke as a joke, loiterer, piece of crap, no money for filament. There you go. That is the world of 3D printing. And I am all for sticking it to the man. Do not get me wrong. The price of miniatures has gone up. It's only going to go up as every single president since Bush Jr. has made money printer go burr. We're gonna, and you know, when inflation bites, you're gonna be like, I have less money for bread and circuses. This is all this is circuses, all right? And you know, that's when people start to go crazy. When they run out of money for circuses, when they run out of money for miniatures, when they run, and I hope you do. I really hope that gas goes to $5 a gallon in the States so that I can kick down the front door of my dad's house and slap him right in his goddamn boomer face for having the gall to sit there and look at me and be like, that can't happen here, that won't happen. Typical boomer attitude, all right? It's a generational thing. It's a generational thing. All right, but I will take. See, he had better move down to St. George at his second home that he proceeded to buy after retirement because he's got so much money and weird guilt that he'll just give it away to random black people with a cause because he actually believes that white privilege is a thing. I'm privileged because my dad chose to be a dad. Everyone, wow, he wasn't addicted to drugs either. Wow, let's get a clap going around for that. Thank you, Dad. I don't hate you. It's a generational thing. I'm sorry. So, it comes down to this: the company that's going to win the miniatures arms race are going to be the companies that basically kill all the small fish. All right, they're going to kill all of the small fish. GW is not going to sell STL files. I don't see it coming to that. GW wants to build up their business and sell the IP to somebody like Disney, who buys IP just to ruin it, like they did Star Wars, like they did Terminator. I don't know if they... No, I think they did do Terminator. Like they did... what's another one? Predator. They just buy IP to destroy it. I mean, I don't even... If Disney were smart, they would sell the IP to Predator and Aliens... And, I think they could manage The Simpsons, because The Simpsons have been around for 30 years. I don't think they can get much worse unless they let... I think it actually could get better if they let the fans write the episodes and do spin-offs. That would be way better. And call that the new seasons of The Simpsons. But that's another subject matter. And the biggest consumer group, there is only one consumer group out there that matters to big companies like Hasbro and Disney. And that's Karen and her white children. No other consumer group matters, all right? You cannot sell 40K to white Karen and her godforsaken children. You can't. It's just the way it works. You got demons vomiting other demons. You got demons that are hermaphrodites with titties. You've also got the grim dark and the adult subject matter of genocide ever looming on the horizon. And I will tell you that when I look at the 40K at first glance, if I read any of the profiles, the most moral of the societies in that entire game are the orcs. And it's just, they got this one simple thing that runs them. Might makes right. That's it. I'm bigger than you, I'm going to take what I want, get in my way, and I'm going to turn you into food. Boom. Might makes right. Tyranids are just animals, for the most part, that respond to a hive mind. They're like the NPCs. So, you gotta gobble up all the big fish. The problem with miniature gaming is too many unnecessary games. Rumble Slam, AVP, Walking Dead, Wild West Exodus. There is an ever-spinning wheel of products for you to buy and get sidetracked on. And at the end of the day, everything you buy at an FLGS is just utter junk until you make it into something, And so, if I wanted to give an example, if I owned a business, if I owned a legit miniature company and I was up there in the tiers, like let's say I was in the top 20 miniature companies and I had some capital behind me. A company like Reaper, I really think they should buy out Mantic Entertainment. I really think they should go after Warlord Games and maybe Privateer. Alright? Because there's just so many makers out there. You have so many options. And if I had to, I'll buy Reaper all day, every day if I only had one choice of miniatures. Fuck every other line, fuck historicals. And why would I do that? Because I believe in eating where I live. Reaper is the only American company, and they're kind of a heavy hitter. And I believe in what they're doing. Miniatures for Dungeons & Dragons. And I'm sure if I wanted to buckle down and just paint Reaper miniatures and put them on eBay, I might make a little bit of money. Not a lot, but a little bit. I'll probably make octuple whatever single miniature I paint costs me. You could put up a store and just have that be your thing. But that's another thing that you have to do when you don't have a job. Alright? And then like Battlefront, they should buy up every 6mm to 8mm, 18mm producer of miniatures out there and just take them off the stage. There's too many unnecessary choices. Me personally, I would much rather buy a model from Mantic than some 3D printed rando hando. Alright? Because truth of the matter is, don't know if that guy's going to be there next week to send me my next order. And in order to succeed at business, someone has to need you, all right? And if no one, and that someone is more than your group of friends. Someone actually has to legitimately need you. You need at least 500 to 1,000 people to legitimately need you every 3 months. I'm gonna be very conservative here. You need to be needed by at least 1,000 people every 3 months in order to succeed as a miniatures producer. That means every 3 months, 1,000 people have come through your online store, have come down, or come through on your eBay store, and they have bought product and gone out the way, and you have had that product ready for them. Otherwise, you're just not going to go anywhere, because there's too many Tom, Dick, and Harrys out there with a 3D printer that just think that they're the king shit. And I gotta be real, you know. We are coming to the age of make your own. I remember on the last Ramble I talked about Gatekeeper Con or something, and if this pandemic stuff wants to keep rearing its ugly head, people are going to go their separate ways. There's going to be no more FLGS. There's going to be no more tournaments. It'll vary state from state, region to region. All right? And you will eventually have to make your own. This will break up monopolies like Adepticon, LVO. Because, you know, I mean, how many people are going to want to show up to Vegas? How many people can even afford to show up to Vegas if they weren't already broken by this pandemic? So, you know, I mean, a good example of making your own, Raging Golden Eagle. He's a YouTuber that I follow, and he just talks about the news and what's going on in video games and comics. But he decided to go out and make a comic book, and it's called Blade Double. It hasn't come out yet, but it was funded up to $250K. And he's gone out and he's hustled every single day. He went out and he found an artist. This guy was turned down by DC and Marvel. And he raised this artist from other obscurity. Now, I think Raging Golden Eagle is writing the story to Blade Devil. And I haven't really followed what he does. I just listen to his stream once or twice a week when I'm painting down here during the weekdays. And, you know, I will tell you now, that very few people are willing to get together and work for free on a project, on a serious project. They will work for free. They will do all the distribution. They will do all the hard adulting. And they will do the pencils. They will do the inks to maybe get that big payday or accomplish something that's bigger than the whole group of 2 to 3 people, because that's where comic books is going, that's where miniatures is going, and that's why I said 3D printing will be the wave of the future. But if these companies were smart, and I think Reaper is, because I think Reaper Bones Black are some of the best miniatures ever produced. I mean, oh look, this guy's got a double-handed sword. All I have to do is glue it into the square. Some of the best miniatures ever produced. It's a no-brainer how that goes together. There's a little bit of flashing on there, and that's it. You know, you have to be able to work together for free, and then there might be that payday. But there might not be. You know, you might become a cult classic. You might get paid out once. And, you know, and the famous dirge of every person I've tried to collaborate with was, I don't have $20 for my smart car. I can't. I don't have the time for that. That's the biggest one. I don't have the time for that. And you know, it's like when I was talking to a buddy of mine about commission painting. I said we could probably get a good eBay store going with a really good revenue stream. But the problem is there's a lot of work that goes into that revenue stream, and you have to be able to make money on what you do. So like society is only going to pay you for what it wants. What does society in wargaming want? Well, I can tell you that they want hoplites. I don't want to paint hoplites. But again, because I don't want to paint hoplites, people are willing to pay me to paint hoplites because they're all the more eager not to paint their own. So, if I was going to start it off like an eBay store, you know, I mean, and I've done some of the math for this, I get myself going on a project, and by the time it's done, if I had some help, it would almost be profitable. It would almost be worth my time. I would make almost as much money than if I was working at the gas station 8 to 10 hours a week. I'd make more money, and then I could put that notch on my bedpost. Oh, I'm a CEO of this Etsy store, just like every other guy who lives life on easy mode in Canada and the UK, or has a little bit of daddy's money so that they can be a full-time content producer for YouTube. But, you know, I mean, hats off to Raging Golden Eagle, because it's going to the world of making your own. And if you can't make your own, if you don't make your own, everything else is just going to get worse. I mean, look at how bad all the Marvel... They have Shang-Chi. Really. I never gave a shit about Shang-Chi. As a matter of fact, he was so obscure, I didn't even know he existed. Alright? So, yeah, we will be coming to the inevitable world of make your own. And the people who are going to thrive off of that are the ones that kill all the smaller fish. So the next subject comes from, I hope I say this right, another patron, 2 projects, 2 war bands. What's my opinion on that? And this comes from Maciej. I'm going to spell that up there. I probably butchered that because I can't read, and I'm some kind of barbarian at the gates. So he asked, what is it? Is it worth it to do 2 projects even though you don't have anybody to play with? And I'm probably one of the only gamers on YouTube that you can ask about that. So let's get into it here in just a second. Hold on. That last one got a little long-winded. All right. So building and painting miniatures is what you do as a gamer, okay? As a true gamer. My 100 Years War project was nothing more than righteous indignation. When I started it, I didn't even have a single person to play with, and today I can't even tell you why I did the project. But I do have a payoff. Look at this. There's some French models in here posing as my Bretonians. I have some English peasants posing as my men-at-arms and archers, and that's a payoff. That's righteous indignation. And the point of miniature wargaming is collecting. Alright? That is probably the whole point of it. That is what I'm trying to teach my buddy Dylan, and that's why he has his one specific army, and you'll see that in the battle report. He's not going to play with anything else. Not going to play with anything else until everything he has is painted. He's borrowing my stuff, that's okay, but I don't want him to think about anything else besides getting his first project under his belt. And he's 85% of the way there. So, you know, everything that's on the shelf at an FLGS is junk. Utter junk. Everything is just consumer trash until you build it. Every unfinished project you have is nothing more than consumption. The biggest sin we have in America. 90% of all consumer products are made for women. Gaming is that one little slice. Miniature wargaming is that one little slice of consumption products for men besides beer and gym shorts. I don't know what the hell men buy besides pickup trucks, and I really don't know. I really don't know. Men don't need much. They need deodorant, but, you know, it's like, okay, so, and if you ever go to the store at home, you'll find out why most Americans don't even have any money in savings. All right? It's because of women spending men's money at home, you know? So you, as a hobbyist, should want to do 2 projects, whether it's English and French for the 100 Years War, or it's Barbarians and Romans. And by finishing both projects, you demonstrate mastery, all right? A man's desire to show off his proficiency and expertise is mastery. That's what you want to do. You want to show off your proficiency and expertise. That's why you do 2 projects, all right? To show off proficiency and expertise. I should have underlined those 2 terms. Getting to play an actual game is the cherry on top. I could have been just happy putting everything in storage, and then when I see that, you know, if I still went around to the FLGS that there was going to be a giant mega game, sure, I would have brought my figures and I would have participated. It would have been fun. And I would have been the big dick swinger out in the middle of the game store. And unfortunately, due to the pandemic, and that souring of everything that's good and holy. You know, you don't even want to do that anymore. So, 2 projects, is it worth it? Yes. Yes, it's worth it. Most projects come in 2s. You need a protagonist and antagonist, I find. And so, you know, I mean, I have opposite sides of the coins. I painted Romans, I painted barbarians, but the perfect example about this, of doing something project-wise, is my Lord of the Rings SBG project, alright? So, I bought the Battle for Pelennor Fields, more like I went out and bought it, gave it to my sisters because it was October, and I said, here, I need a birthday present. The 2 of you can split this. I don't need cash, just split the cost on this. I went out and I bought the Battle of Pelennor Fields box set, and then I got it for my birthday, or I might have gotten it for Christmas. I don't remember, but in the box you had 12 Riders of Rohan, 12 Warriors of Rohan, 12 Warriors of the Dead, 1 Theoden King, and a foot variant for Theoden. You had a Troll, 36 Orcs, and the Witch King. You did not get a foot variant for the Witch King, which kind of sucks. And then I went out and I added a box of 36 Orcs, 1 Troll, and 2 Orc Captains. Then I added 12 more Riders of Rohan, 12 more Warriors of Rohan, and 2 Heroes, both mounted and both on foot, for a model count of 74 for the good guys and 77 for the bad guys. That's 151 models for a complete set. Now that demonstrates mastery. I have a complete set of Lord of the Rings SBG miniatures that I never use. I've only played 3 to 4 games of SBG, and if I wanted to, I can go to Walmart.com right now, save $24 on the box from Walmart.com, from the listed price that's on the GW website, save $24 and triple my fun. But what this does is it creates a complete set. And when you have a complete set of miniatures, should you desire to sell a set? If I desire to sell a set of, let's say, my Romans or my Romans or Barbarians, or my Lord of the Rings collection, or how about this, I'll sell a set of Kings of War armies. 2 opposing armies, 1 giant auction. I'm going to make money. Because there are a lot of people out there that would love to have a complete set. They would love to have a complete set. I think that that's where the real money is. You know, let's say I were to make a modular table with everything that you see here. Then I went and I painted up 2 boxes, the starter boxes for black powder. I've got the table, I've got the plywood, I've got all the miniatures painted, and I could pretty much at that point ask for $5,000. That's just the first figure that comes to mind, because I put my time in to buy the table and the materials to make the terrain. All right, bought all that stuff. Then I made the table. I made it into something. I painted all the miniatures. That's at least 18. I got quoted $1,800. No, about $900 from a guy. So that's $1,800 for both of those boxes. But to have a complete set of miniatures ready to go, everything that you need to play, I can include dice, I can include the books, I can include tape measures. Having a complete set is actually worth more than just having one random one-off army any given day of the week. Like if I had, if I wanted to sell a complete set of something, I could take all my night goblins and all of my dwarves and put them together in a giant lot, and that would probably go for a lot of money. A lot of money. I mean, somebody would make me an offer on that. Somebody who does not want to do the work but has the money, and there are a lot of people out there like that do not have the time, and they do not have the know-how, or they do not just have the will to do the work themselves, but they do have the money. And there's always some big whale out there that's got more money than everybody else, and they will pay for it. So that's what makes doing 2 projects advantageous. Should you decide to sell and get out from it and do something else, that money will be there for you, and you'll probably actually have maybe a down payment on a new Honda Accord or something. Does Honda have the Accord? Put that in the section below. Put that in the comments. I think it is the Honda Accord, but Toyota? No, it is the Honda Accord. Okay. So, having only ever played 3 games of SBG, I can tell you that, it is worth it, and that's what you do. If you want it, that's what the hobby is. If you want to get into miniature wargaming, I hate to have to tell you this, you are going to have to build and paint your own miniatures most of the time, unless you are, and I'm going to give it a shout out again to this guy. I mean, if you want to get in once, just dip your hand in and you want to play 1 game, I would hire a commission painter after buying everything, and I would spend the money to have an army like what Geppetto Miniatures has on his channel with his vampire counts, a huge endless wave of undead, and that's my 1 buy. That's my 1 buy, that's my 1 army, and that's worth it. But a lot of people don't do that. They do not have the discipline. Remember how I said there's so many unnecessary miniature producers out there? That's a lot of unnecessary money that people spend. And in a hobby like miniature wargaming, you have to have discipline. So, even if you did get both projects completed, I'm sure that you have to have at least 1 buddy. You have to have at least 1 buddy that's willing to sit down and play a game with you. And that's kind of what life is, because at the end of the day, stuff doesn't matter, money doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all you have is other people. And I really hope that you have at least 1 buddy. I hope that everybody has at least 1 real friend out there. And that's what it's about. So, that kind of wraps up that segment, and we're going right in to the Pike and Shot battle report with the Ranger, who will be visiting on an 8-foot table.
Thanks, Ski. Okay, how many of you believe that too much value is placed on outward appearance and that we should pay more attention to who the person is on the inside? Ah, you're all wrong. Pretty people always win. That's why I'm the captain.
So today we are doing big boy games. We have the Parliament forces, 4 units of cavalry. One of them are cuirassiers. They have red sashes, so he says they belong to him. Or maybe they defected because they don't like Alec Guinness over there. I tend to think that they defected not liking Alec Guinness as a king.
Dude, Cromwell was a douche.
Cromwell was a boss.
He was a douche.
And then we got a commander for that battalion of cavalry. And then we got 3 units of infantry. And then 2 cannons today. And then we have another commander and a sniper. The reason we have the sniper is because we had an odd model count. So we are exactly 380 miniatures on an 8-foot table today. Yes, this is a modular 8-foot table. Nobody's ever seen, this is the first time ever. You get to see the first experimental panel that I did. And this is the one that stays home. This is my table, the 8-footer. And if I wanted to, I could paint up another table, but I don't think I have enough room in here because we're almost wall to wall. And
I don't know, you might be able to. It might be a little cramped, but I think you can.
And then for the Ranger, he has this gigantic, beautiful unit of Pike. Man, that's 36 guys. I had to give him a movement tray for that so he would not go insane moving them around. I wish he had based it just a little bit differently so that he could put magnets under those guys. But maybe he can cut some.
Yeah, magnets are the way to go, that's for sure.
And then he's got 3 units of cavalry with Prince Rupert of the Rhine in that battalion. And then a gigantic unit of command and shot. What are these guys? Are the Newcastle?
Yeah, they're the Newcastle guys.
And those are Newcastle, correct?
Yep, white's Newcastle, dark blue are Rupert's, and then those are Ralph Hompton's guys.
Ralph Hompton's guys, all commanded by Alec Guinness there.
Yep.
All right, nobody of noteworthy mention on my side leading today. Cromwell is out. He's out wenching in the tavern with, what's his name? With the Witchfinder General.
The Witchfinder General.
Yes. So here we are on deployment. All of his cavalry is way over there. All of my cavalry is way over there. Everything else, he's just got all this infantry. It's making me kind of nervous. Though we be outnumbered today, God is with us and fights on the side of God and Parliament. And there we are. And I'm going to be using my orc dice today.
Obi-Wan's gonna cut you down, dude.
Hell no, I'm gonna go all. He's gonna disappear into dust, and then I'm gonna hit like an empty shirt with my light saber.
Obi-Wan's gonna cut you down.
Alright, so my sniper is deployed in that tree, so hopefully I can take the leadership down of Prince Rupert.
That dude's gonna die.
He's probably gonna die, maybe. Who knows? And there we go. You can see where Parliament is, and just this is an 8-foot table, very big. Just wanted to let you know. So for movement and everything, did a disorder on the Pike brick right there. These guys moved forward, did hedgehog, which is a good thing. And then we moved up kind of like this because we got the mounting threats right there. The cavalry did not do anything because they failed their orders. And the Rupert model is not in play. It's just he is not the primary commander, so does not get a reroll. And then his cannon shot did nothing. Those guys shot at this unit here, did nothing. And that was basically how turn 1 went. So here we are at the end of turn 2. Nothing happened. Failed orders there. Did cannon shots of 2 hits. No saves there. We figured because the handgunners are the majority of the unit, you have to use the handgunner save, and at a -2 you just don't get a save. Seeing as how the Pikes are their own unit, but there's 16 versus 24. Does that make sense to you? Or?
Yeah, it's fine.
But we will find out if I don't know if it gives you a save modifier for being there in the hedgehog formation. And then
no, I don't think he gives any saves.
He shot across my lines. He did move his cavalry 1 move. I think he's going to be trying to come around here, but I got a little plan for him. I got a little. It's beat this side first, maybe. I don't know. And then he shot up and down my lines, did nothing, but shooting has been pretty superficial this whole game so far. So here we are at the top of Royalist turn 2 here. Turn 3. Turn 2.
Turn 2.
When he charged me, I shot the hell out of his pike brick and disordered him. So the whole Dutch brigade here is disordered. So he's going to hit me on 4s because
just with
he
the
charged.
pikes. The pikes will hit.
No, just with the pikes. So he'll have to roll that separately. But my whole thing is hitting on 4s. So I'll go from here to here. We getting reroll that.
Oh, do charging get to fight first?
No, it's all simultaneous, like in Hail Caesar. So 2 there, and 2 there, and then do we even hit your pike brick for worth anything? For 1.
For 1, yeah. Wow.
All right.
Okay, and then these are going to be my pikes. My pikes are at 4 because I'm at the -1 for being disordered. And I get 2. 2 for the pikes. And then 3 for the first wing of musketeers. Needing 3s this time. 1. And then 3 for the others, also needing 3s. All of them.
All of them. All right, so 5 up saves on the left-hand side.
Cocked! Reroll it! Reroll it!
Bastard!
1. So you're taking 2.
Taking 2.
Blow on that
2
shit.
here. Save. And then
Save,
1
save.
here.
Nothing.
So you've got
So
2,
3.
2, and 1.
I got 2, 2, and 1.
No. 1, 2, and 2.
1, 2, and 2. Okay, 2 on each flanks. For the first, this flank, needing 4 ups. Yay.
Oh. And then I have the 1 save for there, and we're taking 1 there. Okay.
And then I'll do the pikemen. 4 ups. Yay! Oh, I rolled 2 dice. Okay.
Reroll it. You rolled 2.
No, we'll count 1. And then I'll re-roll. And then it's just it's 1 over here.
2 and 2 on each one of the muskets.
1. All right. So
It's actually 2. These guys'
here.
morale save are 5.
Oh, 5. Okay. Well,
So
these
they're-
were both 5, so they're safe.
Yeah, I saw that, and then
So
2 there.
2 there. Okay. So. All right. I saved the 1 here. Okay. So I have 3 saves. I did 3 saves.
All right. So put your dice out there for 2.
So we got 2 on these guys, and then no one else got anything. All right. And then how many did you take? Because I think I did.
I took 3. You did 1 more than me. So I lost this round of combat, you big baby.
Barely.
All right. However, let's see what I got. I got an 11, so I am fine. There you go.
Yes.
All right. We hold without penalty, and that is our first fight. And now we go into Parliament 3. So turn 4 got a little bit tricky. We had some fights here. His pike brick took so many casualties on the way. They took 2 casualties in the shooting and like 2 casualties in the combat, and it brought him up to 6. Excess casualties, and with what he rolled, that 1 unit was just destroyed because they were shaken, and after he had to roll. And then over here, he killed this entire unit, but he did get chopped up a little bit for it. The Cuirassier can't do anything, but I have a very sneaky thing that I can do, which will help. All right? And then other than that, he's one thing that he's been forgetting to do is fire the 1 dinky shot, but it's just 1 shot, doesn't do anything, you know, so... the cannon shot, it hit me, but I was able to save it. But these guys are startled by the cannon fire. He ate the sniper, just so you know. But he's got a unit bogged down in the woods. They won't be able to do anything for...
I could roll 2 turns.
You can only get 1 move per turn out of the forest.
Okay.
So you're going to be in there...
Cavalry gets 1 on initiative in this game too, right?
Yeah, but you can't. You have to use that to get out of the forest. You can't fight from a forest.
Right.
Yeah, so there's that. So we're going into Parliament 4. I'm down 1 full brigade, and there we go. So at the end of turn 4, he's basically cleaned up that unit. There was nothing I can do once the Cuirassier hit him. He didn't really declare a charge. He was like, "But no, I wanted the charge."
I said I wanted 2 moves.
I wanted 2 moves. That's what I
What
didn't
am I going to do with 2 moves?
You're going to move closer.
I'm just going to move right next to them.
Yep.
Just sit next to them
And then
wave.
over here, same kind of stuff. Those guys can't do anything. He did some shots, but nothing in the shooting phase. And so that was his turn 4. And then it goes into my 5.
What?
Yeah, this is your top of turn 5. So on my turn, I didn't really get anything. I failed all my orders, and I just wanted to let that stand there. I tried to charge the bullshit coming up over here, but I failed. And this guy's taking command, and for every 12 inches I'm away from these guys, I can't. I'm -1 to issue orders. So I did get the cannon, but I didn't get my cavalry to charge. So to go ahead and take your turn 5.
Okay.
Then it will be turn 6. Okay.
Okay.
And that was,
that's right, because I went.
So here we are, Rangers turn 5. We're doing a hand-to-hand. We each got 3s, baby. 8 attacks each. So I hit you 6 times.
4. You want me to roll my saves first, or?
No, just go ahead and swing back.
All right.
Am I going to get lucky, punk?
You did 4?
Yep. No, I did 6.
You did 6?
Yeah.
Good lord.
Oh, and I got lucky. I just hurt me some Cuirassier
4.
right there.
4. So you did 2 more. We still got to roll for saves.
I still got to roll for my... So I did 4. You're taking 4 there. Now you got to roll to hit me. Oh, you attacked me.
That was my attacks.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. God damn it.
You told me to roll for my attacks.
I got to take 4 saves. Okay. Sorry, that was my bad. Okay, I took all 4, of course. Like, I can't make a single save with my
That
cavalry.
really... How?
Okay, you go now. You're going to make your saves because I got all excited. 6.
6? Needing
Yeah.
3s, baby.
Taking 2.
So I beat you by 2, but
Beat me by 2.
3. So you're at a -3.
That's on dice. So if you lost, that's how that works. Remember, you got to remember it's when you lose.
Combat result bonuses +1. Oh, okay.
Okay, I've been telling you this the whole game.
Okay, I know. Fucking.
All right.
If I lose,
Hope it makes sense. Oh, and I don't go anywhere.
yeah, but I'm still gonna be hitting you on 3s next combat, baby.
You have 2 wounds. Where are your wounds at?
There you go.
Yeah,
because I won by 2 on that one, so...
You should have known that. You should have failed all your saves. And
Alright, that's it. We're at turn 6, last turn.
We're at turn 6, last turn. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. I guess I can just shoot you and make it so that whole column can't move.
You're disordered. You can't shoot when you're
You can shoot. I need a 5 to hit you because I'm at short range. But I can still shoot. Which would be funny if I did get it through.
I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
I read the rules today. What did you do?
I'm winning.
You sat around all
Hey, who deployed first?
Who has more guys on the field? Oh, this guy! I took that
And who
30
deployed first?
You did deploy first, but you know, who had better
And I let you deploy second.
Okay. Yeah, you keep telling yourself whatever you need to say.
There's honor in this victory.
Alright, whatever. Alright, you just keep telling yourself that. So either way, the fight ended up a wash. I lost by 1, but now he's shaken, I'm shaken. And as long as we're fighting, he can't rally me. And then, over here, I technically could see him, but he wouldn't let me take the shot. So let that go on record. I rolled a 6 on this unit. I did hit that unit with the cannon, and now they're shaken.
Yeah, you're one. Look at that. Look at that. Who thinks that?
But the red thing says.
No, the red thing did not say. And you're like,
Yeah.
let me scoot it 1 millimeter.
I didn't scoot anything. He's over here crying. He's winning the game.
Were you even in range?
He's just like me. He's the only guy I know besides me that can just that can cry amidst a win. You got to find something.
Hey,
You got to dig deep.
last time you did beat me. Last time we did this.
So, you know, I mean, I'm sorry it's just been so many caps, but it's a big game. 8-foot table I'm dealing with here. Tons of dead already. And the game might go either way, but now I have to be down. You know, I mean, technically you could see me there. I mean, I don't know why you didn't take the shot, but, you know, I distracted you with your autism. Okay.
Ooh, so they're going to be at a -1 because they're disordered. And they can't countercharge because they're disordered. Nice.
And then, so what are you doing? It's all you, buddy. It's all for you.
It's the last turn anyways. I'm going to go ahead on initiative. Charge. You can't countercharge.
So you're going ahead on initiative. Because I'm disordered, I have to move away 6 inches. I mean, 9 inches. So you're there a full 9. Make sure you... stop right there.
What?
We'll make sure you're a full 9. I know. Okay, so this is kind of where it ends off on 6 for the Ranger and everything. We have the fight here. I moved back because he charged me, and because I'm disordered, I'm obliged to move back. And he charged me on initiative, so he just moves his 9, I move my 9 away.
And then I got another shot with the cannon on you.
He did get another shot and a wound on me with the cannon. And then over here we go. I got 3. What did you get?
Make sure I get 8. Ooh. Oh! 2.
Only 2, huh?
Only 2, baby.
I saved 1 for once.
So you did 1 and you did 3 to me?
3 to you. Do I get lucky and eat your Karasi out of spite? I do!
You do.
I do. All right.
Win by 2.
I win by 2, and now this guy's going to come into
So
play.
you win by 1.
I win by 1, but don't roll low.
6, 5.
5.
Infantry, cavalry, retires 1 full move away and is disordered.
And it's disordered.
Yep.
All right. So I
still win.
So they're disordered and they're shaken, so they're not contributing anything, and neither is this unit. No. So I think you still do win. Maybe we'll count it up here in a second.
Damn poster for new.
No, I didn't get the Van Damme poster in frame, but if you want to move for a second, we can get there. There it is. Hard Target, a John Woo film.
Back when movies were worth a shit.
Back when movies were worth a shit. I should do a review for this.
93.
1993. Good times. Good times. I can tell you that.
Still not better than Bloodsport though.
No, dude, this movie is way better than Bloodsport because you got Lance Hendrickson. What, I'm supposed to be afraid of Asian Chad with this way too big... No, don't get me wrong, that guy has a lot of
Dude,
upper body strength.
ripped,
He get
man.
down like this and you couldn't move him, I guarantee
he was
that.
fucking ripped.
Bolo Yang, man, dude, that guy... Here's how determined he was to get away from communism. He made the swim to Hong Kong. There you go, that's all you need to know. And now he's trapped there. But you know, for as much as dick sucking as Jackie Chan does to the CCP, you notice where all of his family lives? They all live in Taipei. Well, they all live in Taiwan. They all got out in 1997 when they could. So just let that be known. That's what killed the martial arts genre as a film choice. A lot of that shit was filmed in Hong Kong. I don't even know why we're talking about this.
It was all filmed in Hong Kong, like all of it.
A lot of good stuff was filmed in Hong Kong, or the Chinese crews would come out of Hong Kong and they'd make movies with white guys like Van Damme.
You know, so it was
Late
good
90s
stuff.
was the end of the good times.
That you used to go into movie theaters and movie rental stores, and there was a genre there right next to horror, and it was martial arts or something like
I
that.
remember that. Yeah.
There you go.
I remember that.
They were their own. There was its own genre, martial arts.
Yeah.
All right. So I did not need your pity at one instance during this game. That is all you need to know. I did good.
I offered to be charitable twice during the match. One, I offered to half my dice in half attacking, and he refused it.
I refused it. I let him attack twice with his pikes, as the rules state. I only did that to disorder the unit to keep it from moving for one turn, and that gambit did work because somehow I was able to beat your cuirassiers, which was beyond remarkable.
I feel like we both rolled about equal.
Equal, yeah.
You had some points in the game where you just shit rolled, and then I had some points in the game where I
just rocked it, and
yeah,
it was just
it kind of went back and forth. It was like waves.
You notice that we had the 8-foot table. I'm sorry that this has to be on the end of a pit episode, but is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, but 8-foot table had a lot going on, and that was big. You did just like.
Well, we had almost 400 models on the table, and
almost
the 8-foot was required.
380,
Yeah.
and so the 8-foot was required. The 2 giant terrain features. He was like, 3's too many, and I'm like, no, it's all good. They didn't even get in until he decided to move through the forest. And then you learn how forests work. Unless you're a warband that breaks into skirmish formation, you get to move 1 move a turn. So you can't charge anything out of a wood unless you're a warband.
Yeah.
And you have to use, it's like, and if like your tail end of the unit is still touching, you have to use your 1 whole move to get out.
Yeah, that's where dragoons would have been nice.
So if you had some dragoons, you could have put them into the woods.
Yeah.
But 380 models on the table. You only get that with Holy Diver. Nobody else does this
I
kind
don't think anybody else.
Nobody else plays the big boy games. No. This is big dick wargaming all the time.
Yeah, normally, all the time.
All the time.
Last time we played WAB, we had like 400 plus on the table, right?
No. Well, we might have had about 300 something. I mean, we can go back and count that.
Yeah.
A lot of units. But other than that, what do you got? What do you got in the pipeline for Pike and Shotte just at the end? Now that you're at the tail end of it.
So I'm currently painting my last unit of that Yankee Wargamer gave us of the Irish commanded shot guys. Right. That's a 36-man unit. I'm halfway done with them, and then after that.
And you're not painting the T-Rex arms.
No, he's going in the. You want him?
No, I'm good. No, because that's all I'm going to see. You see, I don't notice things like that. Like I mentioned he was missing some belt buckles. He started to go crazy. Now that I reminded him, he's going to go crazy again.
So we're up at 3 a.m.
You're going to be up at 3 a.m. My autism demands that I don't miss a single teeth.
So after that, I had like 6 casualty counters. I have them on little dials.
Are you going to flock those? Or?
Yeah, they're going to be fully flocked. They're dead dudes. They're going to be on little bases that you spin a dial.
Oh, cool.
And it goes up to 10, and it will be casualty counters for the units. And I have 6 of those, and then after that, I am completely out of ECW. That'll put me like at 292 for the entire army right now. But I think next year, after I work on the Persians, I'm going to get a couple. I still want 2 units of dragoons, another unit of cavalry, and 2 more units of commanded shot.
So I don't know how the Scots ran their cavalry. I know that they had lancers. That's about it.
Yeah.
I know that they have access to cavalry in their list. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, let me see.
I think you're fine. I think paint as long as you have 1 unit of lancers. And like here's the thing about the Scots. We can use the other troops to represent Scots too, as long as they're close enough. Like the flags won't be the right flags, but.
It won't be the same. It's like adding cheese to hamburger helper.
We can use the Pike and Shot regiments to represent Covenanter Pike and Shot regiments, right?
Right.
So I'm not too worried about that. As long as you have the Lancer
English
units.
War Covenanter army.
And you already have 3 regiments. You have 3 artillery pieces for the Scots. You have 2 cavalry units for the Scots. I think you have a really good Scottish unit. I think. Essentially, we just need to get some dragoons, get some commanded shot.
So it's the Lancers and the Dragoons that I'm going to need as a Scots player. I can have.
Well, you need dragoons. I think you just need to have generic dragoons that you can use across your force for both.
And that's what I need to get. But
2 units of dragoons.
I might actually want to get like a what do you call it?
Some Highlanders.
A Highlander's foot warband, and I don't know where to get
that. Could be cool for the Scots. And you might want that because it's pretty unique, and only the Scots get that.
6+ morale save, and they only got 3 stamina. It's a warband. Come on.
They're cheap, aren't they?
No,
24 points.
Not really. I mean, it's going to be a different army.
Yeah, but I think once we get dragoons, a commanded shot, we'll have everything we need to play the entire campaign book.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint up 2 units of cavalry, just regular cavalry, and then I'm going to get 2 units of dragoons.
Oh, the 2 you already have, the 2
The 2 I already have, and then I'm going to get 2 units of dragoons for my Scots.
Yeah.
Just so that they have that variation.
You need to have at least 2 units of commanded shot, or else we're not.
I have 3 units of commanded shot.
No, independent units of commanded shot.
What is that?
So
you mean riflemen?
No. So in Pike and Shot, you have your musketeers. Look.
Just a unit of musketeers, you mean?
Right, they're just units of musketeers. So like, look. You have musketeers, but then you have commanded shot. They're separate. They get the first fire rule. They're still matchlock muskets, but they're going to have their own command. They're not going to have any pikes. They're just matchlock musket guys in 24-man units. That's all they are.
Well, I can paint up some of the storming models for that so that I know that they would be the command and shot. But
I want, because realistically for the campaign book, we each need like 3 or 4 of those. So
if
you paint up 2, you'll be fine because I'll have 4, and then we can flex.
Well, I gotta flex the muscle on the Scots for a little while. Oh, they got a whole Montrose army here, and how they.
Yeah, but you're not Montrose. You're painting Covenanters.
Okay,
I'm Montrose.
Okay.
Montrose was the king's man. Covenanters were in league with the Parliament.
They were in league with both.
Well,
towards the end of the war, the Scots did fight.
But at Marston Moor, they fought with Parliament.
They fought, so I'm going to have the Scots on my side.
And Montrose was always on the side.
And then we're going to need a 10-foot table apparently, because even that, it's just.
Well, maybe like an 8x6.
That was an 8x4, but 8x6. I'm not as tall as you. I got T-Rex arms, and I have tennis elbow, and I've been having to do my tennis elbow stretch.
But I mean, I think we're like 75% there. Like we both have pretty decent armies. So. And
then just every time we play this game, it is fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I have to give this game a 5 out of 5. It's literally, if I might have to try the Pike and the black powder system. And this evil bastard's been talking it up, and I'm all like, dude, leave me alone. He's like, these 15mm Russians. I had to just. I want your opinion on this, internet. If you just buy 2 of the Warlord Games Waterloo starter sets and La High Saint, that's enough to play. You're never going to need more than that. He seems to think you need 500 miniatures. You don't.
25 battalions.
You do not need...
20 to 25 battalions.
You're talking regiments, lines of guys. 25 lines of guys? You want 25 lines of guys?
Well, a battalion is 24 to 36 dudes. So that's, if you get 20...
So if I have 24 guys times 3
times
plus
20, that's
3 cannons, that's 75 men with the cannons.
480 miniatures.
Hold on. No. With 1 commander plus, and I have 2 cannons in there. Hold on. 24.
Hey, you got your phone.
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
Oh, look at you being a grown-up.
So you got 72 men. That's 3 units of infantry at 24. 72 men plus
3 battalions?
No, that's not a battalion, it's a unit, a regiment. You're talking about 3 regiments make a battalion.
What? Do you even know how black powder works?
Yes.
It works off of there are no regiments. It's battalions to brigades, home skillet.
No, it's like this.
No, it's not.
I learned how it works by studying this game here. Now I've painted up 1 full box. This 1 line is a regiment. This other line is a regiment. 3 regiments equal a brigade. All right, this in and of itself is enough to play.
I'm talking about 28mm black powder,
And that's at a different scale.
They
so
don't have regiments. They go from battalions to brigades, and it's like typically 3 to 5 battalions make up.
So I need 100. I need 125
and a battalion
guys.
is 24 to 36. And some of the armies have different rules. Like the Austrians, they have to have larger battalions because that's like what they had in real life. But like a typical battalion is usually modeled 24.
And again,
to 36
we're playing
guys.
in a basement that has limited space, and I am hot as all hell for some
It's
reason.
getting
You're
hot down
fine.
there. No, it's getting
Is
hot
that
down
even
there.
blowing? Dude, reach up there. Yeah.
Yeah, your AC ain't going, homie.
It ain't going.
No.
No.
Damn, I hope you don't have to spend $5,000 on a new AC unit because I'd live.
I'll let it go for the rest of the winter before I spend that money.
Oh well, it might be late enough in the summer where you can get away with it.
I might. I don't think I will. It was working this morning.
Yeah, it's not blowing, man.
It's not blowing at all.
No,
No air's coming out.
no.
All right, that's fine.
Just the backdraft from the furnace.
I might have to I might have to do something. All right.
I mean,
so
it might be blowing a little bit, but like barely.
all right. Fuck it. But that's how that works. But I don't think I want to get into it because I need 500 men. Nobody's going to paint 500 men. You're never going to get 500 men on an 8-foot table. All right. And this is fun.
You're right. Each one of these is a regiment, but I think they're doing this differently.
But it's only
Napoleon.
okay. But you get 20 guys. 20, so
Yeah, so 28 millimeter is different. So in 28 millimeter Napoleonic black powder, a battalion, they don't have regiments. It goes from battalion to brigade.
So we can define whatever a battalion is. You see, that's the problem. You only need about 380 miniatures, not 500. Do you want to get anything else done? Do you want to have a life?
Well, it's like this game. You can play them small or you can play them large.
But you got to go large.
You can play single brigade.
We play big boy games.
You can play a single brigade of 5 battalions in black powder. You can do that. That's part of the game. Or you can play a game where you have 2 or 3 brigades. Like you said, though, it comes down to what kind of table you can get out, right?
Yeah. And I don't want to go to the game store anymore. You already know that.
Jonathan's scared of the game store.
I'm not scared of it. It's just no point in going
And
anymore.
we can't go on Fridays. You've been banned.
Yeah, we've been banned. And then even if I did want to go on Saturdays, I got the mouth breathers I got to look at. It's just, here's a note for you. Stop being ugly. There you go.
I think we should go to the new Bolt action group. I haven't seen them. I want to see what they act. Maybe there's some cool dudes. Maybe they're all just a bunch of mouth breathing neck beards.
I don't know.
But if they are, I'll just laugh at them. I'll just point and laugh. We can point and laugh at them from afar.
And that will get me banned. There you go. They won't ban you. They'll just ban me out of spite. I don't know. I'm literally like that guy in the shower with the big dick. Nobody likes
Jesus.
me. I showed him a picture of that. He didn't like it. And it was a GIF. It was just a GIF. He didn't see anything. It was missed it out.
Cartoon dick. I don't need to see that shit.
Missed it out. Anyway, as you know, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with you.
Did you tell people I won?
Oh, he thinks he won. I gave him the game. I didn't take any of his charity. But the game ended on turn 6. I got his cuirassiers just to spite him.
No, not dead though. You just got max stamina.
I got max stamina.
I killed your general.
You did kill my main general. Okay, that's why I have to
I killed an extra unit.
And he killed an extra unit.
So I think I definitely won.
Yeah, you did kill an extra unit. If I had gotten one more unit of guys out of you, it would have been a little different.
I'm pretty sure, we didn't look up the points, but I'm pretty sure if you lose your main general, that's a huge point deduction.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I didn't get to read the whole book. I was trying to watch horror movies while I read it. So, in any case, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with me. You like the video, dislike the video, comment or subscribe. But, till I see you again, keep playing, keep painting. Keep playing, painting, keep exercising. Give us a flex if you want to be buff and play big boy games, just like your man, Holy Diver. And stay metal, my friends.
Going on. I figured sold out. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.